Welcome to FC Montreal Soccer on the USL YouTube channel. Today we have FC Montreal against New York Red Bulls 2. And as you can tell, we are at the big stadium, the big house. I'm Joey Alfieri. With me, as always, Sofiane Benzaza. And Sofiane, when you play at the main stadium, Saputo Stadium, as opposed to the turf field behind the stadium, do you think the players get extra motivation from that?
Well, it's the whole environment, right? Already starting to be with the pro, playing in the USL. Now you're using the first team locker rooms, installations, and now the stadium. So even though there isn't 15,000 people watching you, you're still in that environment, wearing your colors, playing at Stade Saputo. So it's a big thing for these guys. Psychologically, it should really give them a big boost, and hopefully we'll have a fun game today.
The last time we were here in Montreal, FC Montreal pulled out a win against Charleston. Since then, they've gone on the road twice, lost twice. What do they need to improve on, in your opinion, here to get another win at home?
Well, they need to avoid a lack of concentration. They need to focus for 90 minutes. That's what the coaching staff has always said. Need to avoid those unforced errors and really focus on their qualities. They've been playing better, not conceding as many goals, although the last time they met the New York Red Bulls 2, they've got scored three goals on. But they're very much disciplined, very much tactically aware, and now they should really go all in this time at home and make it a back-to-back home win for FC Montreal.
For fans who aren't familiar with FC Montreal, who are some of the players that you'd like them to keep an eye on here today?
Well, as usual, I think you always should keep an eye on our son Rigi. He's starting this game, dynamic winger, and also Victor Ndiaye on the left side as a left winger. And you can never forget one of probably two of the hottest prospects FC Montreal has, Marco Dominguez, defensive midfielder, and Meli Tanguy, central defender. So these guys, keep an eye on them. They should be fun to watch.
When we come back, we'll have kickoff between FC Montreal and the New York Red Bulls 2 live from Saputo Stadium. Welcome back. We're at Saputo Stadium today. The big field, Sofiane, as we talked about in the pregame.
Beautiful green grass.
That's right. No turf.
No
That helps
turf.
the knees.
It helps the knees and it helps us. Probably can see how both teams can adapt, even though the Red Bulls usually play at Red Bull Arena for a few games, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, New York in the middle of not in the middle of, they're just kicking off a 6-game road trip. They started off with a loss last week at Richmond, and now they will be here today. And who knows, maybe Montreal can hand them another loss.
Back-to-back loss probably, and like we said before, it would be nice to see FC Montreal have a back-to-back home wins. After a difficult, disappointing loss, 1-0 against the Rhinos at Rochester, it shows a lot of character of these young men. Hopefully, they can impose their game at home and be able to, get a result. And like we said, avoid mistakes. Be fully concentrated for 90 minutes. That will be the important key to the game, and be pragmatic in front of the net.
I know a lot of Impact fans and FC Montreal fans were hoping to see the return of former Academy product, former Montreal Impact defender, Carl Ouimet, but he's not here. He didn't make the trip to Montreal because I think he'd rather be in Houston. New York Red Bulls, the main team, did lose 4-2 to Houston yesterday, but Carl Ouimet did play 90 minutes.
Well, when you look how see him leave in the Montreal Impact, the first team did not renew his contract, a pro contract. I went to the Red Bulls. You would think he would be with the reserve team and so gradually make his way into the first team. But injuries and his familiarity with Jesse Marsh, the Red Bull coach, gave Carl Ouimet the chance to play big-time pro minutes, and that's why we don't see him right now. It's good for him, for the young man who's an Academy product, and happy for him to see him succeed right now, even if it's MLS in another team, but it's great to see him play.
Absolutely. So a couple changes, a couple of faces you might not recognize from the last time these two teams played, especially on New York side. A couple of their players are with the first team. Carl Ouimet, we just mentioned. Andrew Jean-Baptiste, young center back, who was a first-round draft pick in his draft year in the MLS Super Draft. Connor Lade not here, Marius Obakop not here, Anatol Abong not here, and Kyle Rainish, the keeper who serves as the backup keeper in New York, is back with the first team. So a lot of new faces. Montreal going with Max Crépeau in goal, Zachary Secunda, Mele Temgia, Mitchell Bringolf, and Frank Zoué on the back line. Jeremy Gagnon-Lepere, and we're underway. Marco Dominguez, Zachariah Masudi, Fred Lajoie-Gravel, there's Dominguez, Victor Di, and Alessandro Rigi. That's their 11-man roster. So not much help from the first team, but the first team is going through quite a few injuries, so I don't think they can afford to help the USL Pro team.
Exactly. You usually see Anthony Jackson-Hamel and Romero Williams with FC Montreal, but they've been staying with the first team, playing good minutes, especially Jackson-Hamel, who has done great with the Montreal Impact in their win against the Whitecaps 2-1 at midweek on Wednesday.
James Thomas will throw in here, headed away by Mele Temgia. New York maintained possession here, but they do turn it over. It's Rigi. One touch, not a good one. Here's Conrad Plewa. Long ball, but Sanchez is going to be offside.
Looking at both teams' profiles, you would say both are very technical. The Red Bulls, have a tendency. They do score quite a few goals in
as we saw when Montreal went to Red Bull Arena.
Exactly. So 15 goals for this season, but they concede 19 goals. That's a lot of goals to concede. So FC Montreal has a chance to be more pragmatic and really hurt the Red Bulls. But we should see an interesting matchup because both teams are very technical. We're going to see a strong battle in the midfield and a high pressing from both sides.
Crépeau gets it to Temgia, who gets it to Bringolf. Played on the right side to Zachary Secunda, who's making a nice run. Fortunate for Secunda, he put in an own goal in that loss at Red Bull Arena. Anthony Wallace and Secunda went for a little battle there. It's going to be Wallace who's going to get the upper hand. It'll be a New York throw. Gagnon-Lepere finds Rigi. It's going to be whistled down for a handball. And you spoke about Rigi in the pregame. Good player. He started the first game against Toronto FC 2. Heard he was injured in that game. Didn't really make a fuss about it. Didn't complain about it. He was a little nicked up. Kind of didn't start again for quite some time. But when he's come off the bench, he's been extremely effective, Sofiane.
And has been an excellent finisher.
Ooh, that was close.
That was close. He has been an excellent finisher with FC Montreal. He scored an excellent goal. I think it was against the Rhinos or the Chelsea Better. Sorry for my memory, but he has been a finisher, and honestly, he's very dynamic. He's he might seem very similar to the other wingers on the team, but he's very dynamic and very strong. Goes one-on-one, dribbles his way into the box, and runs. Morelli would seem to be similar. He's much more intense, and his low center of gravity helps him to really get away from the opponents.
Yeah, he's not the biggest guy, and here's Manolo Sanchez, who settles that one down with a strike, and that hits the inside of the bar, and it goes in. Goal for New York Red Bulls 2, Manolo Sanchez. You saw New York tried to set that up before. Sanchez was offside. They got it to work this time. He takes a nice right-footed strike that Crepo got a couple hands on. He got both hands on it. But it went off the bar and into the goal.
That was quite the shot. Maybe Crepeau would have liked to get that one back, possibly looking at his level of excellence in which he wants to play in. But to be honest, that was an excellent shot and a beautiful play, the way the Rebels were able to stretch out the FC Montreal defense.
Rigi to Masuri. Lajoie Gravel plays the dummy and he lets it go. Here's Rigi. We were just talking about him earlier. Gets into the box. He loses it. Montreal maintains possessions. Gagnon Lepare to Frank Zoué down the left side. Zoué will get it to the box. New York will clear. Dominguez plays it to the box. It'll just go through out for a corner. Or not a corner, excuse me, a goal kick. Castagno set this thing up. Pringolf will play it to Gagnon Lepare. Weaves his way out of trouble very nicely. Temgia to Zoué. Rigi turns it over. But Temgia will recover, no problem. It'll go out for a Montreal throw. Or not, excuse me, a New York throw. I thought that went off for a New York player. Sanchez with the throw in, but intercepted by Rigi. Rigi with the fake there, keeps it in. Now it's going to be a Montreal throw.
A lot of pace in this game. Both teams going at each other. The Red Bulls not being shy to press very high into the FC Montreal area. And the final third, and they're going all in. And FC Montreal having trouble getting out of the zone as the Red Bulls are recovering balls every time. It's been 3 consecutive times FC Montreal has lost the ball due to a Red Bull, due to applying high pressure.
McLaws will play it back to his keeper, Castagno. Play it to his center back, Mike Defont. Here come the Red Bulls down the right side, but it's intercepted by Montreal. Gagnon Lepare, ooh, a little bit of a careless pass towards Secunda. It's going to put Secunda in a tough spot. It's going to go out for a New York Red Bulls throw-in.
Secunda, who has Sanchez on him also at that time of the pass, wasn't very necessary to do that dangerous pass.
Not a wise pass.
Once again, unforced errors will kill you. FC Montreal has been having trouble with this throughout the season. They're getting better, but now they're playing against a very technical team. As in the New York Red Bulls, very sharp, very similar to FC Montreal, but much more pragmatic, much less naive at this point in this USL season.
Montreal's going to get a throw in here.
The good news about playing the New York Red Bulls number 2, they have never kept a clean sheet. Only once have they kept a clean sheet this
Very
season.
good
So
point.
FC Montreal has a chance to get back. They have the tools, they have the players. We've seen right after the goal. Rigi almost getting a chance and Gagnon Lepare. So there is a good rhythm and good pace into this game, and both teams are very similar, and really we're going to enjoy, I think, a very good game today.
In case you missed it, these teams played just 2 weeks ago, And the scoreline finished 3-2 for the New York Red Bulls, so there will definitely be opportunities for Montreal to get back into this game.
It could be a great way to kickstart a rivalry in USL.
Absolutely. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social hub. That's USLsoccer.com. Wallace with the throw to Bedoya. Bedoya turns. Here comes New York down the right side once again. What can they do here? Doesn't get around Rigi though. Nice play by Rigi to defend well there. Masudi and Rigi with a little give and go, but a difficult first touch there. He recovers okay. Ball's back on his foot, but it is intercepted there by Plewa. Bedoya finds Manolo Sanchez. Intercepted, and Gagnon Lepari's going to kick one here. Wow.
He was aiming at us.
It looked like he was coming straight for us.
It seems that Rigi was hurt on a play, he's limping. But New York Red Bulls have been focusing on Zue's side at the beginning of the first half, and they're overloading that side on Rigi and Zue. So is it a tactic? Was it the fact maybe that James Thomas was been very dynamic early in this game? So it will be one tactic to be able that FC Montreal needs to look after in that zone. They need to be careful.
Poor touch from Chris Sonis gives Montreal a throw-in. Zue was looking for DI there. New York Red Bull player got in the way. Zue going back to DI with the throw. And he's a player who has a lot of pace. Really got to account for him. And a nice pass there by Rigi, but just intercepted by Wallace. Couldn't find Lajoie Gravel. Secunda. Goes out for a Montreal throw. Here's DI again, fighting off a couple of New York Red Bull defenders.
Scrappy affair, both
very,
teams really
very chippy so far.
Very chippy. They both won the ball. Both teams really want the ball. They want to play in a high up tempo game, and they really want to go at each other very quickly, which is a good sign. It's a great entertainment value for the fans. Great for us to call it, and even better for the players to really enjoy this game and try and score more goals.
Montreal earns free kick there. You spoke about Dominguez in the pregame. What do you like about this player, Sofiane?
He's a defensive center midfielder who's very talented, likes to go up, technical, smart, has a good vision, and does not necessarily panic when he has the ball. Very similar to Gagnon Lepari or even Louis Belonguet, even though Belonguet is more offensive. Holding midfielders have to be sharp, have a good vision, and good ball distribution.
And he's a teenager.
There's that too. Very young also. He's extremely young. It's true. Thank you for reminding me about that. And he looks so mature that we forgot his young age. So very mature for his age.
Here's Wallace with the through ball there for Juan Sanchez. The cross, but Crepeau was able to scoop that up. No damage done. And he'll get things started right away here as he rolls it out to Frank Zue. Finds Rigi. Sudi, another one of those crafty players, but a poor touch from Rigi, and it's intercepted by Conrad Plewa. Broken up by Temgia, though. Another good play from the big center back. Gagnon Lepari with a long ball, and he finds Victor Di there. What's Di going to do with this? He finds Masudi. Get it over the top. Can Lajoie Gravel settle it down? No, it was a difficult touch, and he wasn't able to come down with it. The ball is still in play, though. Now it's out for a Montreal throw.
I like how both teams are able to project themselves forward very quickly. 2-3 passes, sharp runs. And I'm a bit worried by the Sanchez duo and Chris Sonis right there. A few times they've been outnumbering the FC Montreal defenders in the box, and they really sort of like seem to be faster, too fast to handle right now. So transition game is key in here, and you need to be able to find your man. You know, it's always one-on-one battle at the end, but zone defense needs to be really sharp today.
Sonis had a goal last week against Richmond and lost to Richmond 4-2. His penalty attempt was stopped, but he was able to smash home the rebound. Wasn't enough though, as we mentioned before. New York Red Bulls lost the first game of their long road trip, 4-2. And we've seen Richmond. Richmond, a very good USL Pro side.
Very strong. Nice run by Zoe there on the left side.
Yeah, and he'll have the throw. Ball ends up back on his foot. Tried to get it to Masudi, but it's broken up by the Red Bulls. No call there. Rigi with a nice give and go there with Masudi, and now Rigi taken down. He's going to earn himself a free kick.
And a knock on his ankles. But that was a really nice give and go between him and Masudi. You know, Masudi, his profile is very interesting. The pro, now he's back with the USL team on a full-time basis. Like we
Bounced
said,
around a little bit.
Bounced around,
Went
but
to Ottawa.
Exactly, he's trying to find his game. And as a number 10, you can really see his importance as a pivot player, being everywhere, whether it's the middle of the pitch, on the left, on the right. He needs to be that sort of tangible tower of control to be able to distribute the ball smartly and enjoying time with guys like Rigi, Ndiaye, like João Gravel, players that really smart around him, and it's going to make him look better, and he will make them look better.
We're in the 15th minute. 1-0 for New York Red Bulls, 2 over FC Montreal. Joey Alfieri, Sofiane Benzaza with you. But here's Montreal with a dangerous free kick. Looks like Rigi's going to take this. He gets a strike, but it's blocked by the wall. And a botched clearing attempt there from New York. Plewa wasn't able to get it out. Montreal will hope to capitalize here. Here's Di in front of Wallace. Wallace, a big man. Good experience.
Nice play by Di.
Nice play by Di. Gets it into the box. There's João Gravel with the header, just wide.
Beautiful play in Di. Taking all this time, dribbling around the Rebel defender, and really with a beautiful cross of João Gravel, found himself alone but could not put that head on target. It was a beautiful play by FC Montreal.
Nice build up there by Montreal of the evening so far. Masudi, Gagnon Lepare. Dominguez with a nice ball to Zoué. Is he going to be able to get on the end of this? Nope. It's cleared by Red Bulls 2. Zoué loses it again to Plewa. And here comes New York. A couple players slipped there. You get that on a grass pitch every once in a while. Masudi picks up the ball and he finds Gagnon Lepare. Played back to Zoué, who gets it to Temgia.
High tempo game, both teams going at it. And once again, Manolo Sanchez and Cristonis playing behind the shoulder of Temgia a few times and Zoué. So they're going to be dangerous in that zone, and they need to be careful because a few times it's sort of a 2v1 situation if they cross one on that side.
Plewa. Send a long ball again to Sanchez. Offside. They've tried that play 3 times. It's been offside twice, but it resulted in a goal once.
And that's what counts. You can be offside
Exactly.
250 times in a game. If the one time you score a goal, that's a success.
Well, I don't know about 250 times in a game. That seems a little excessive, Sofiane.
I must have confused with FIFA 15. Apologies. Real life is not a video game. But going back to the game, once again, Zoué, playing a bit aggressive up top, going a bit higher, so leaving space behind him, and you can watch the Red Bulls really dump the ball behind him. It's a way of beating your man instead of going one-on-one by dribbling your way.
Absolutely.
Something that Ndiaye does very well right now, dribbling his way into good situations for FC Montreal.
Thomas clears. It's intercepted by Dominguez. João Gravel tries to get around Thomas, but he does a nice job to shield him there. The Font clears. It ends up on the foot of Bedoya. A little long for Tsonis. Is going to be able to catch up to it. No, Temgia gets there first. Temgia did well there. Ball over Zoue's head. Intercepted by Dominguez, though. It was a good effort by Leo Stoltz. Wins his team a throw.
What's funny in a good way in this game is this both teams are really trying cheeky plays, dribbles, nutmegs, and really trying to dribble the way out of a situation. Even though we've seen very sharp passing, I can see these young men really enjoying themselves in this game, and it seems very natural for them to be so dangerous.
Ball in the box, but Crepo does well to come out, and he gets it. Stoltz actually New York's first-round draft pick in the MLS Super Draft this past year. 18th overall. He's getting some good playing time, like Montreal does with Romario Williams when he's in the lineup. Try to get their young players with upside some minutes. High one there, and it's hit by Tsonis, and that kind of sounded a little weird coming off his head. He seems a little shaken up. Masudi tries to get it by play well, but unable to. Dominguez intercepts. Sends a high one, but not very accurate. Ends up on the head of Anthony Wallace. Here's Wallace again with a long ball, and it's for Manolo Sanchez again, but broken up by Frank Zoue.
Cool, calm, and collected.
New York going back to the well there. 4th time so far.
And this time Zoue tracked all the way and was able to be aware of players around them trying to play behind the shoulder. So kudos to Zoue for recognizing this situation.
Nice play by today's captain, Gagnon Lepere. Ball back on his chest. He settles it down, gets it back to Lejoie Gravel, who sends a nice ball through to Victor Di. What's Vi going to do with this? He crosses it, but it's blocked. And Anthony Wallace will clear. Ends up on the foot of Bedoya. Here comes New York again. Another long ball. Manolo Sanchez, is he onside? He's offside. That's 3. We're a ways away from 250. But it's still 3, and it's just 20 minutes into the game so far.
I'm counting.
So am I, clearly. Here's Zoue. Gets it to Lejoie Gravel. He scored at Red Bull Arena. It was a nice one, too. Settled it down right in front of the keeper. Gagnon Lepere is going to be called for a foul there. That goal was impressive. It looked like he was on a collision course with Rainish, the keeper, and he just settled it down just before the keeper got there. And the keeper looked foolish, and he buried it in the back of the net. He had all day
he made sure
to put that one in.
Oh,
yes, he
did.
did.
The highest he could in an empty net to make a statement.
Absolutely.
Against the New York Red Bulls, too.
I could have buried that one, but I mean, I wouldn't have been able to settle the ball down. That led to the empty net, but I would have been able to put it into the empty net, I think.
I'll take your word for it, my friend. I don't think I won't trust you 100%, but I'll take your word for it.
Zoue finds Rigi on the throw. Here's Zoue again. Kind of steals the ball away from Rigi there. But it ends up right back on his foot, but it's broken up by Bedoya. Oh, and that's a tough challenge.
Yeah, it looks like a red.
Zoue's going to get a yellow.
I was worried it would be a red card. The referee was very adamant going to Zoue, and I was kind of worried there.
That was a hard challenge. I believe it was Tsonis that got the brunt of that. That's a solid collision. Wow. You'll see it right here.
Yeah, Rigi loses the ball.
I mean, it wasn't late. It's just that.
He cleats looked high. He took part of the ball, but it was dangerous. I was worried he didn't touch the ball at all. So, I mean, thinking red card when I saw the referee running at Zoue, but good thing I'm not a referee.
Frank Zoue has been sent off once before in this young USL Pro season. Castano settle things down.
Zoue has been very offensive early in this
game.
Absolutely,
he's been very good
with Rigi and Lejoie Gravel. So
Wallace gets for the other Sanchez, Juan Sanchez. Loses the ball in front of Bringoff, and it's going to go out for a Montreal throw. Bringoff did very well there to win that ball back. Here's a throw. Dominguez will clear, but the Font gets ahead on it. Ball goes out for New York throw. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Search USL on Facebook and like them. I know I do. I know you do.
Yes, I do.
And it's not just because we're on the broadcast. It really is good content.
You get news reports, schedules, standings, statistics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Links to YouTube broadcasts of the game, rebroadcasts, and goal of the week, goal of the month, and highlights.
Yeah. Foul there. Called on New York.
I'm really enjoying this game.
It's very good. Very entertaining game so far.
Both teams are going at it, and like I said, they seem very similar in their style, in the sense maybe the Rebels have a more direct game. They like to play long balls, as they see, Zue's zone, see him go up so much, so they try to take advantage of that, but they're very, very fast and technical. Both teams really going at it. I do feel that Montreal has enough assets to really hurt them. The Red Bulls are a bit more physical, more athletic at this point in the game, but I think this could be a very high-scoring game.
A lot of the guys who did damage against Montreal for New York aren't in this game. I'm talking about the U18 captain, Derek Etienne, guy who looked outstanding in that game. He's been very good recently. He's not here. And Anatol Abong is their leading goal scorer, and he's spent some time with New York Red Bulls. Here's Lajoie Gravel with a strike. It's in! Goal! Oh, what joy! Frederic Lajoie Gravel. Did Rigi get a foot on it?
I think Rigi tapped it in. I wasn't sure it was going in without Rigi. But
it was a nice play by Lajoie Gravel. Really nice.
Really froze his man, went to the outside, cuts the ball, as we can see here. If he beats Wallace there, cuts the man, and Rigi with interception.
I think it was going in anyway. But Rigi gets a goal. Another goal for Alessandro Rigi. Extremely productive player.
That was a nice play. As you can see, both teams are opening up early in this game, and we can see goals flowing normally. I think I'm mistaken. I said Thomas. It was the Font.
The Font.
The Font. Apologies for that. Thomas is the left back.
Montreal, just like you called, Sofiane, they'll get their opportunities. They're right back in it.
And I'm really pleasantly surprised by Lajoie Gravel's speed.
And a nice header forward there by Rigi. And a long ball from DI. Lajoie Gravel just couldn't get on the end of it.
Thomas shooting the ball for
He's
the
been
goalkeeper.
busy.
He's been busy. Thomas has to take on Lajoie Gravel and Victor Ndiaye, who has been switching with Rigi on a regular basis. So trying to keep the Red Bulls to defense honest and try to make them think twice before trying to join the offensive. So really good game.
Dominguez send it to the other side of the field. Switch it to the right side. Here's Secunda to DI, back to Bringolf. Masudi with a difficult touch there. Intercepted by Manolo Sanchez, but he couldn't settle it down. And Masudi gets it back to Frank Zoué. Frank Zoué with the very nice flashy green shoes.
Look at the pressing. Both teams, and this time is FC Montreal's time to put the pressure and really enjoy the momentum they have right now after scoring this goal.
Yeah,
so
forcing turnovers.
at it.
Dominguez again takes a right-footed strike, but not close, and now he's going to be called for the foul. And rightfully so. New York player will give him a talk. I believe that's Sean McLaws.
No, McLeod will not be sending a Christmas card to Dominguez this
No,
year.
I don't think so.
I doubt so. I have my doubts. Yeah, Dominguez going for the shot, try to get the rebound aggressively. You know, you're excited, trying to get the ball. You say, I can feel it, I can get it, but unfortunately he's too aggressive and stomps the Red Bulls player.
Looked like a high foot there from the Red Bull player. Here's McLaws, heads it forward. And Sanchez with the little bit of a pick there on Frank Zoué. Good for the official to catch that.
And the official not afraid to, call fouls. We heard his whistle a few times, but the game still has a good flow. It's entertaining. Both teams are willing to play and open up. So and with that comes being aggressive offensively comes also having to be aggressive defensively.
Unforced error from Montreal. Temgia just lets the foot there. Should have been able to settle that down, but no harm done as they intercept. Gagnon Lepari with a nice ball. DI gets on the end of it, but it is offside.
That looked offside. On the previous play, the Red Bulls trying to counterattack on a bad enforced error by FC Montreal. Bedoya a few times, as a sort of number 10, has been going into the box and trying to outnumber, have more numbers in the box for Red Bulls too. So Bedoya has been very dangerous this game.
Wallace, that's blocked by Secunda. Is he going to be able to get on the end of it? It does go out. It's going to be a goal kick for New York. It was a good effort, good hustle there from Secunda. Secunda banged up there. He's holding on to his wrist.
Must be, is he bleeding or does he need ice on that wrist? I'm not sure, but we said before in the preview.
The trainers get him to the sideline there. Subs will warm up. Montreal will play 11v10 right now for a little bit. Stoltz with the long ball. You'll look for Bedoya, but Temgia is going to run that down. And a nice play by Bedoya to win that back. Temgia kind of gets in the way there. Red Bulls have the ball in the box. Bedoya is going to be called.
He's gonna get
or not. He's going to earn himself a free kick.
Free kick.
It looked like they were battling inside the box.
The referee gave advantage. And seeing that the Red Bulls too couldn't have anything, Bedoya really fights hard. This kid has been excellent.
Bedoya has been very good today.
Excellent, excellent. And fast, quick, really sharp, and doesn't, maybe a bit like Montreal for FC Montreal, doesn't mind being physically present and playing hard to keep the ball.
Right on the edge of the area. I mean, another centimeter and he's in the area there. Headed away nicely by Gagnon Lepari there, away from danger. Bedoya again will play it back to McLaws. New York working it around. Leo Stoltz. And a long ball. Temgia is going to get onto it first. And another unforced error by Temgia. Difficult touch there.
A bit unfortunate, but still he shows some poise to really try to get away from the Rebels player. I think it was more, unfortunate mistake.
Stoltz to Sanchez. Will get it into the box. But crisis averted.
I'm still worried about the marking in the box for FC Montreal on the Red Bulls players. I think it's a bit loose for my, too loose for my taste, but we'll see if it's going to hurt them later in this game.
Gagnon Lepari intercepts. He'll switch it up to his right.
Beautiful cross.
Find Rigi, but a tough touch off the chest. And here's Anthony Wallace for New York, but an equally bad touch. Dominguez intercepts. Rigi gets it over Bedoya to Gagnon Lepari. Boisgravel down the right side. He's going to take the font on. He'll cross it. Nobody there, though. It's going to go out of play. Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways at USL on Twitter. Secunda jogs back onto the pitch after coming off the field holding his wrist. It's taped up. Ready to go, a warrior. I like that. They'll go right to him. They'll test him there. Bedoya. Intercepted by Gagnon Lepari. Finds Mele Temgia. Will settle things down. Back to his keeper.
There's one player who's frustrated on the pitch is Manolo Sanchez, who has been waiting, making so many calls, playing behind on the FC Montreal defense. If the Red Bulls can identify him more often to give him the ball, he could really hurt FC Montreal. He's been very quiet, but in the sense he's sneaky in a good way, in the sense he's invisible and is able to really
Dominguez
find space.
has some room to run here. Finds Rigi. Rigi back to Dominguez! But Castaño there, but there's a foul anyway. Nice little build-up.
Nice give and go.
Rigi seems to be laboring a bit.
He's been limping since the
Yeah.
first minutes of the game after getting a knock, and it's unfortunate if he has to get out.
The Montreal goal scorer, 33 minutes in, it's 1-1 between FC Montreal and New York Red Bulls 2. Joey Alfieri, Sofiane Benzaza with you from beautiful Saputo Stadium. Plewa plays it back to McLaws. Finds Thomas on the right.
Manolo Sanchez still waiting for that ball. He's been making runs all day long.
In front of Temgia. Got the better of him just a little while ago. What can he do here? Crosses it into the box. New York tries to settle it down, unable to. Masoudi's right there. Referee says play on. Lajoie Gravel gets around Wallace and a nice run. He finds Victor Di. He's into the area. What's Di going to do with this? Di will take a right-footed strike off McLaws, and Castano able to block it. And you'll just play it up the pitch. Here's Bedoya. Finds Manolo Sanchez, but Bringoff breaks that up.
What has been key for FC Montreal, you see right there in DI with the nice, tries to cut and find and get the more angle to be able to shoot the ball. Unfortunately, he cannot cover enough to go beyond the goalkeeper, Castano. India, we're talking about a few times being able to take over any fullback in this league right now. Has been very fast, very dynamic, a great dribbler, and has been excellent for FC Montreal.
Here's Montreal again. Lajoie Gravel. He's been very dangerous so far today. He takes a left-footed strike. He's going to miss the target, but it was a nice play.
Nice play with that fake to his left foot. Really, you know, got rid of the New York Red Bull defender and was able to take the shot. Not precise, but you know the essence what he did was beautiful. And if he could be more precise, it could really help FC Montreal to get this the second goal and get the lead in this game at home.
Wallace finds Bedoya. Play it forward, but nicely done by Mitch Bringoff to win the ball back for Montreal. Rigi finds Massoudi and a nice ball. Bringoff, the center back, a little forward.
Nice initiative.
Nice try, big guy.
Nice initiative, Bringoff.
And that one played a little high for Dominguez. Here's Manolo Sanchez. Get the ball forward. Referee says advantage. There's New York again. And oh, Tsonis. How did he miss that?
It was a tap-in. I'm surprised he wasn't able to get it in. And FC Montreal is very lucky.
That ball stays in, actually.
Nice cross. And he misses the tap-in. It was unfortunate. That was a goal, a guaranteed goal in 99% of situations.
Now some confusion. The official on the sideline here originally says that the ball was out, but he puts his arm down very quickly, and Montreal will attack. Victor Di with a strike. Castano blocks it.
Too aggressive from Di. He had options to pass, and would have been nice to see him.
Manolo Sanchez still limping, still banged up, and a long ball. Good thing Temgia was able to get ahead on that because he had Tsonis right behind him. Crepeau will clear it. Now Rigi's down as well. And you mentioned it, Sofiane. It looked like he picked up a knock
quite early.
And they're going to make a substitution. They're going to take him off the pitch. Emad Ouache is going to come into the game for Rigi, the goal scorer. Unfortunate.
Scored FC Montreal's only goal in this game and has been very good. You know, I really enjoyed that trio of Ndiaye, Rigi, and Lajoie Gravel. And Ouache will have to, you know, quickly integrate with less than 10 minutes left in the first half to be able to, you know, make something happen for FC Montreal. You know, they need to take a lead at home, and it's going to be important for them. Nike
is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. You can also go to nike.com/soccer. Wallace. Plewa Gets it through to Tsonis. He's offside though. And you're right, Sofiane. It really is too bad for Alessandro Rigi. He scored the goal, but he looked banged up even before that.
Exactly, and the fact that he played almost 40 minutes, quite surprising. He was limping very early, but great game by the young man. Will be interesting to see how Wallace will. Does he have any scouting report on Huash right now? See how he's gonna handle
Size
it.
advantages to Wallace.
But it's true. So was Region.
That's true.
It's all about speed and using your teammates for 1-2 situation. That's how the whole game has been 1-2 situation for FC Montreal. Quick passes and Missoudi, like we said before. I think Missoudi has been all season. Physically, he seems to be almost 100%. Much more smooth, more stamina, more endurance, more speed. And he's much more confident. This team is oozing confidence right now. Even though they only have won one game in USL, but you can see the confidence getting higher and higher.
It's a confident young team, you're right.
Not cocky, but confident.
DI tries to take a man on, loses the ball. Zoué right there. DI will turn back. Find a center back, Mitch Bringolf. Will play it forward. Wash not able to win the battle, but he does get the throw in for Montreal.
Young man is eager to get his first touch, first dribble, first pass, first shot in USL. Must be excited.
Absolutely. It's a good-sized crowd here. Here's Secunda. Joao Gravel will get it forward to Wash. Is he going to be able to get there?
There's no one in the box.
One touches it. Second touch wasn't as clean. It ends up back to Secunda. Headed away. Out of danger for now. Zoué.
Nice fake there.
Very nice fake. New York hanging on here. Dominguez tries from distance, but it's blocked. Secunda gets it into the box. Zoué gets a head on it, but it's going to go right over goal.
Great play of FC Montreal. The Red Bulls being under siege. Really, I won't say scared, but they've really been very fearful right now. FC Montreal getting more momentum, playing the wings, and able to cut into the middle many times with those quick passes, that make defenders look like pylons, basically. So it's all about being quick, and, Zoué, like we said, all game has been very aggressive offensively, and, something that Malo Sanchez enjoys right now. For his attacking process. But for FC Montreal, great stuff in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, gets it forward. Zoué couldn't get on the other end of it before it went out.
And it must be the Stade Saputo grass. Everyone's been playing up a level of excitement and quality right now. Has been very enjoyable.
You do have to make some adjustments though, Sofiane, don't you? When you go from turf to grass?
You do, but in the sense you don't change your technical quality. You don't change who you are. In the sense, the Rebels will play the way the Rebels play. FC Montreal will play. FC Montreal plays. And Gary Lampard involved in a few fouls there, and he seems to pick up a knock on that one after following Red Bulls midfield player right there.
He's up and he's limping badly as well. Hopefully he'll be able to walk that off. All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Long ball headed away by Temgia, and a strike from Plewa, and it goes well over goal. And another Montreal player down in the box. It's Bringolf, I believe. The center back. But he's back up.
Both teams playing a 4-3-3. Very dependent on wingers overlapping and fullbacks helping out. Something that FC Montreal has done a bit more, having the fullbacks be more involved in the offensive side of things. The Red Bulls being more of a counter-attacking style. Obviously not playing at home. But once again, the key comes back to the midfield battle. Who will win it, who will have more quality balls, and who is able to distribute better, faster, and more precisely.
Wash with a long ball. Joao Gravel couldn't get on the end of it, but DI does!
What a save!
What a stop from Castagno. Somehow that
what a through
Emad
pass.
Wash ball got through I thought it was going to Lejoie Gravel. I think he did too. But DI, credit to him. He continues his run.
Well, for his first pass of the game, Huaj has been impressive.
We'll get to see that again. Beautiful run from DI as well. All that was missing was for him to bury it. And here's New York. Player hauled down there. Tsonis earns his team a free kick.
Yeah, Tsonis has been able to find space. As soon as he has the ball, he's able to run up with the ball. And it's not your typical pivot striker. He's really, I've been impressed by his technical prowess, able to take the ball and run up at defenders, making defensive midfielders run behind him and follow him. So that has been a key for the Red Bulls right now. And enjoying the support of Sanchez, Manolo, and Juan on the wings. Big test for Maxime Crépeau right there on a free kick. It will be direct.
While still getting things in order, Sukunda makes a run and a strike, and it's in!
That was a beautiful free kick.
Beautiful free kick.
Beautiful curling ball. Crépeau had no chance.
Crépeau, I think he got a hand on it, but not enough of it to keep it out. What a strike. That was impressive.
From that distance, with that quality, when it goes above the wall, unless the keeper cheats from the beginning, it was almost as good as a penalty kick when you have that kind of a quality shot and free kick technique. Impressive. Beautiful goal. 2-1 Red Bulls.
Very impressive goal. And that's going to hurt right before the halftime break. Montreal finds themselves down 2-1 to the New York Red Bulls 2. Here's New York back in possession. Manolo Sanchez. And here's DI. He's got some pace. What can he do with this? A little bit too hard of a touch there. The font clears. And we'll get to see the free kick again. Absolutely fantastic. Incredible. No mistake on that.
No chance for Maxime Crépeau. You see Crépeau right there. So close, but not enough. The free kick was perfect. From that distance and the quality of these players, as soon as it goes above the wall and the wall is not able to deflect it, it's almost as good as a penalty kick.
And a big thanks to those checking in on Twitter. Once a Metro, Aaron Bauer, and a couple others. We appreciate you taking time to watch on the USL YouTube channel.
Nice 1-2 right there.
Here comes Montreal again. Masudi, but that's broken up
so close
by
so
New York.
Far. So
Manolo Sanchez. Lejoie Gravel. Try to make something happen here. Ends up on Masudi's foot. He gets it back to Temgia. We'll have 2 minutes of added time. Bringolf. Montreal needs to press a little more here. Here comes New York. Bringolf does well to win that back.
Good thing, because Suns were waiting for the ball right there to get a pass from Bedoya. That was very good defensive play by Bringolf right there.
Masudi switches. He goes to Wash. What can he do with this? Oh, and Wallace with the shoulder to shoulder there. He's just bigger and he's just stronger. Nice play by Anthony Wallace to win that ball back. Here comes New York again. We're in extra time. New York leads 2-1.
Well, it's a perfect away game. You score first, score early, make the home team open up, and then you score on a set-piece free kick. It's a textbook.
There's a cross, but Crépeau cuts right in front of Tsonis before he can get there. And that's going to do it. The halftime whistle has been blown. It's New York 2, FC Montreal 1. Sofiane, your early impressions?
It was a very high tempo game. The Red Bulls came in to play a quick counter-attack. 4-3-3. Both teams are very similar. Technical game, speed, pace, and aggressiveness. These teams don't like each other, obviously. And FC Montreal was very close to try and get, the lead 2-1, but it was the New York Red Bulls who took advantage of a beautiful free kick on Massin Kripo. So great first half from both teams.
Yeah, not a terrible first half for Montreal. Obviously, you never like conceding the 2 goals at home in the first half, though. They will have to do better in the second half. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have some analysis on what FC Montreal need to do in the second half to get the result, and we will obviously have second half action. You're listening and watching on the USL YouTube channel. It's FC Montreal 1, New York Red Bulls 2. Welcome back to the USL YouTube channel. FC Montreal 1, New York Red Bulls 2, a little hard to say. At halftime, what you've missed, Alessandro Rigi, the goal scorer from Montreal, actually left the game. He was limping quite early. He tried to play through it, but he did have to come off. He was solid. Sofiane, I know you touched on it a little bit before the break, but what did you think of Montreal's performance, especially defensively, allowing 2 goals on home soil?
Well, I think there's been too many spaces right now, and the Red Bulls are playing in a 4-3-3, very aggressive, playing on the wings and stretching out the FC Montreal defense. And you see Manolo Sanchez a few times looking for runs behind Zoué and Temgria. So they've been very dangerous. Few attacks on the left side of New York Red Bulls too. So we can see they really found a little weak spot for FC Montreal, knowing that Zoué likes to attack up front.
Quickly, what can Montreal do in the second half to adjust and to come out on top with 3 points?
Well, I don't think this is going to be a 1-0 second half. I think both teams are going to try to score as many
goals.
So
Yeah.
just score more, score much more than the Red Bulls too, because I think the goal scoring is not over for this game.
So these teams have played 3 halves, right? A full game and a half a game so far. 8 goals between these 2 teams. Who says soccer's low scoring, right?
Soccer, it's plat, like they say.
That's
It's
right.
boring.
C'est plat, huh?
Exactly.
Soccer is fun.
Exactly.
It's a blast.
And we had the feeling, during warm-up and in the beginning of the game, very aggressive, high-tempo game, and both teams really going at it. Like we said, 4-3-3 on both sides, very technical. Obviously, the Red Bulls a bit more direct with long balls, enjoying Manolo and Sonis, pivot striker role on there. And Bedoya being excellent. And for FC Montreal, we're talking about Messoudi. We're talking about Rigi right now, and also Lajo Gravel and DI being very good offensively. So, we should expect another high-scoring second half right now.
High-scoring second half, Sofiane Benzaza says. You don't want to miss it. When we come back, we will have second half action between FC Montreal and New York Red Bulls 2. Welcome back to FC Montreal Soccer on the USL YouTube channel. Second half action is officially underway. New York leads Montreal 2-1. Couple high-scoring games between these two sides, Sofiane. 3-2 at Red Bull Arena 2 weeks ago, as we mentioned before, and 2-1 here. So goals, goals, goals. Good sized crowd. I know it's a little hard for you guys watching to tell because we're filming the other side that's closed off, but on the opposite side of the field, there is a good number of people here. This is clearly the best turnout for FC Montreal. And it's nice little Saturday evening action. As Montreal will win themselves a ball here.
They don't waste time to quickly attack the New York Red Bulls 2 offensive, defensive side.
You'd think they'd have to. I mean,
they have
with
no
the way this game is going, I mean, we have a chance at 5-4 here.
hopefully for FC Montreal, for our local team. But the Red Bulls have been an excellent adversary and deserve the score and deserve to lead 2-1 right now.
Temgia taken down there. Gagnon Lepari boots one down the right side. Secunda settles it down. You see the bandage there. He had to come off the pitch for a while. And, I mean, that didn't fool Castello. Kind of fooled me from this angle, I'll tell you what.
So it didn't go over the line? Is that what
did not go over the line somehow.
Well, good for FC Montreal, I suppose, but Castagno is kind of confused right now. But
I thought he'd come up and snatch that, but I guess not.
I thought he went outside. If you hit the post, that angle, the top bar. But anyways, FC Montreal manages to lose the ball. FC Montreal manages to lose the ball anyways on right after. So I'm not sure if FC Montreal is going to go for long direct balls to catch the Red Bulls 2 right now, but
Lepari just skied one.
Exactly, going all in, but we'll see how the Red Bulls react. Red Bulls 2 react. Are they going to play high aggressive like they did in the first half, or are they going to stay low and play the counter right now? So,
do you think Montreal is a team that could do that long ball? The wingers are fairly small. Well, I mean, I know Leroy Gravel has some size, but the wingers are the thing.
But you don't need to do the long ball to go for the physical confrontation and one-on-one battles. You made the long ball to, you could be far away from your marker and be able to be efficient and have the ball all by yourself and then make a run. It depends on the positioning and what you do exactly on the pitch, but we're not talking EPL long balls with big tall strikers and tall defenders beating on each other. Ravel right there, who deflect the ball out, could play this pivot striker role right now. He's fast. Plays also as a winger for FC Montreal, but has that physicality and positioning to be able to do that for FC Montreal. Interesting
about Anthony Wallace, who's going to throw the ball into play here. Drafted 9th overall in 2007 by FC Dallas. Played there for parts of 3 seasons. Trade as New York Bringoff does well to get ahead on that, to break that up. Ball goes off Bedoya, and it will be a Montreal throw. And he started in the MLS Cup final in 2010. Yeah, he was dressed for that game. He suffered a torn Achilles in 2012, and he's been limited in 2013 and 2014. So he's building his way back. He's done very well. Big left back here today. He's done very, very well.
The USL is a great tool for these players to try and find a spot in MLS teams. So
never easy to come back from that Achilles injury.
It's good news for FC Montreal players that they're able to take on a guy like Wallace with experience. One day they won't be lost when they sign their pro contract with the Montreal Impact eventually.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
For the best out there.
I'll have to retake that free kick. I think Leo Stoltz played that a little too quickly. And they'll go back to Wallace on Secunda's side. Little miscommunication there. It'll go out for a Montreal throw. Wasted opportunity for New York. Dominguez with the throw. Defont breaks that up. Masudi steps in front of Wallace. Gets the ball forward to Wash. The pass is just a little off there. There's Gravel trying to make something out of nothing. Takes on two guys. He's able to get the ball back to Wash. Will cross it over to Zoué.
But again,
Handball.
that gave enough time for the Red Bulls too to really come back defensively, have numbers behind the ball, and Gravel unfortunately, was dribbling out of a difficult situation, but the counterattack was already dead within a few seconds of that play. It's unfortunate, but the intention was good for FC Montreal, and kudos to the New York Red Bulls too to come back quickly and defend.
Castagno will sky one. It's headed forward there, but Crepeau able to scoop it up after Temgia heads it right to him. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub, USLsoccer.com. The font gets, but DI gets it. Finds Dominguez. Nice move, but a difficult touch there as he was spinning, and Gravel almost caught up to that ball in front of Castagno.
Almost a carbon copy of his goal at Red Bull Arena against New York Red Bulls 2. Not the exact same style, but the confusion.
That's right.
And the almost lobbing
50-50 ball with the keeper.
Exactly. So we're back at it again, and FC Montreal being aggressive.
The font will get one forward. Tsonis takes it off the chest. Bringolf clearly held him up there. It's going to earn New York a free kick again.
That was a very high quality. You
see
right
the replay
there.
here.
In the eye, Dominguez spins around. And Wallace didn't see Gravel still making the run behind him, and must have scared his goalkeeper. Probably owes him a drink there after the game. If he's of legal age, of course.
Leo Stoltz will take this one. To the box. It's headed out. It'll be a corner kick to the New York Red Bulls. New York Red Bulls have some good players coming up here. Big fan of some of these guys. Leo Stoltz is very composed in the midfield for a young player.
Bedoya is very dynamic, very aggressive, technical.
Manolo Sanchez, and that's crossed in there. Manolo Sanchez, actually a fourth-round pick in the 2015 Super Draft.
Nice run.
He looks very good, and here's a nice run. Here's Dominguez. Will get that ball forward just a bit too long for Gravel to catch up to it. It was a good idea. He just couldn't complete it. And here is Manolo Sanchez in front of Temgia. He'll get by him, but Temgia does well to recover. That play could have been much worse if he didn't send that one out. Plewa. Back to Defont, who gets it out wide to Wallace. Ball takes a weird bounce, ends up under his foot, but he's able to recover. Bedoya. Back to Defont, and that's a terrible one. Just sends the ball out of play there. Should have been a routine pass.
No, I totally agree. And Red Bulls too, even though they have a lead away, playing an away game, they're still being very, very confident going up and having more ball possession than FC Montreal. Right now, FC Montreal going for quick passes up front and trying to play the counter. So they expect that for FC Montreal playing at home in the second half, trying to score a goal, but they're doing it.
And here they come. Here's Frank Zoué. Zoué with a burst of speed, but that's broken up nicely by James Thomas. Plewa gets it forward. And here comes New York again. Manolo Sanchez down the right side. He'll chip it, but no problem there for the keeper, Max Crepeau. He'll toss one to Gravel. The D.I. Wallace just there. That looks, I thought that was going to be a New York ball. It looked like it went off D.I. right before it went out, but the official says no. Montreal throw. 55th minute, Joey Alfieri, Sofiane Benzaza with you. 2-1 for New York Red Bulls 2. Here they come again. Sanchez, Tsonis couldn't complete his run there. He ran into Mele Temgia. you just see Wash just running into a guy who's just bigger than him. He tried to make something happen. He did. But the size just isn't there. He's looked good since coming on. He makes up for his size nicely, but
Well, he's coming
right there, he
He's coming into a very high-tempo game and needs to adapt quickly. Even
That's
though
true.
he was involved in two excellent attacks, respectively, in the first and second half, but he's gonna need to get up to speed as much as he can. But he seems to be doing well. Something that's not doing very well, in my opinion, would be the FC Montreal central midfield. You know, they've been since the start of the second half, they've been losing balls, mostly due to the fact that Rebels too have been very aggressive on the pressing and not let them breathe, basically. So they need to adjust quickly, which is something that was their strength in the first half. FC Montreal was much more aggressive in the midfield with Dominguez and Gagnon Lapare. Nice play by Tanguia. Very confident young
Temgia
man.
recovers.
Confident young man.
Gets it to one of those center midfielders you were talking about there, Gagnon Lapari, but the ball's just too long for Secunda. And a New York player is down. I didn't see what happened. I was following the ball.
Looks like Manolo Sanchez.
Nope, Manolo Sanchez is hunched over at midfield. Not sure who that is. We're on the opposite side. Bear with us. Become USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. You can go to facebook.com, search for the USL, and you'll be able to find everything you need right there. New York players still down. And they are going to make the substitution.
I'm not sure the player is, by elimination I would say Juan Sanchez, but I've been wrong twice already. So
Going to be Deeds Mason coming in. And I think it's Thomas, if I'm not mistaken. And it is. It is James Thomas. And he's doing some light running on the sidelines. Doesn't really seem to be a hitch in his step. But now he's hunched over. We'll see if he's able to come back in here. But Mason is on the sidelines.
just in case.
Just in case, that's right. Gagnon Lapari with a shove there that wasn't called. And he will come back. Thomas will. Mason's still getting some instructions on the sidelines, though. Looks like he's going to come in anyway. Let's play well. Stoltz gets it forward, and there's Thomas with a nice touch. Manolo Sanchez to the area. Broken up by Bringolf. Temgia slides, but he can't stop it from going out. It's going to be a corner kick for the New York Red Bulls, too.
Great stuff by Bringolf, but once again on the left side, as soon as Zoué is sucked in by the ball, it gives more space to the Red Bulls to right back, and Temguia has to cover that. So Temguia is not able to be in the middle of the box to cover a guy like Tsonis or Manolo Sanchez. So great play by the Red Bulls too, again, identifying weakness there defensively.
The corner. The header's on. Is out, and he just scoops it up in front of a New York Red Bulls player. Masudi picks up the header. He tries to send it off. Juan Sanchez.
Nice play.
Gagnon Lapari will try the home run ball again. Di looked onside. The ball's a little behind him. He takes a strike and it goes over goal.
Love their aggressiveness. The pass was nice, and Di makes a nice run behind the Rebels 2 defense. I really like this dynamic right there. Sort of a switch of the second half. You see right there, India with a nice control, goes for the left foot, tries to shoot,
little high,
lob it. But his instinct as a striker and winger is to shoot first, ask questions later. Even though with his speed, he would have enough time to take on right there on that play. So.
Wash taken down there by Wallace.
That was a tough tackle.
And I think Wallace is going to pick up a yellow card here, or at least he's going to get a talking to because he kicked the ball away. He's just going to get the warning. Wash still down.
But like Hawash on that play was able to make a direct control on the outside to really get rid of Wallace there on that play, who got sucked in and had to foul him basically. Looking how aggressive he was. So great job by the young kid. Very technical.
Here's FC Montreal. Back in possession, Zoué to Lejoie Gravel. Helps set up the first goal. He goes back to DI with a nice burst. He had Wash there, was making the run to goal, but Castagno scoops it up.
Yeah, India seems to be too fast for everyone. Masuda is trying to get into the box. Huwash was a bit too far, even though it was in the box, but there was no options for India. But another great play. La Joie Gravel really taken over as a sort of playmaker right now in the pitch right now with India feeding off India and Zoué, who has been very aggressive all game, going all up, and who really, has been excellent early on for little experience right now in USL. So great job by FC Montreal.
Joie Gravel will swing it out right, and here's Secunda. Secunda will get it into the box. Joie Gravel back in there. There was a solid contact with McLaws, and McLaws is down. He's getting back up to his feet, but that was a solid contact, and Joie Gravel didn't even flinch.
Zoué with the ball.
Zoué will try to get it back. It's blocked, and it's going to go out for a New York Red Bulls. No, sorry, FC Montreal, of course. Here's got the replay here. Look at the collision between these two.
Nice cross. La Joie Gravel goes for the ball and hits.
Short corner. DI in the corner battling for it. What can he do with it?
Another corner kick.
It's another corner kick, one to Montreal. Just going back to some comments on this broadcast here. Julian McKenzie says, I think I've got a name for the commentary duo of Joey Alfieri and Sofiane Benzaza. Jofian. I tell Julian McKenzie not to quit his day job, but thank you for listening, so Julian, we appreciate it.
That's horrible.
What, the Jofian?
Yes. Thank you, Julian.
Thanks for listening. There's about a 0% chance of me referring to us as Jofian. Dominguez into the box with a strike. It's going to go out. It's another corner off New York Red Bulls.
Pressing. The Red Bulls surviving under siege. FC Montreal could really, if FC Montreal could score a goal right now, it would really demoralize the New York Red Bulls too, even though they have been very strong mentally throughout the game. So, a good cross into the box, La Joie Gravel or, Bringoff can come in with Miguel, score a tying goal. That would be great for FC Montreal, who has been playing well in the last 5 minutes or so.
Absolutely. Good point. Masudi gets it. Gagnon Lepari's right there. But nothing doing in this time after 3 straight corners for Montreal. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. If you tag Sofiane Benzaza, at Sofiane Benzaza or at Joey Alfieri, and you have a funny or interesting tweet, or you just want to give us some encouragement or a few pointers,
always welcome.
We will welcome those as well. Marco Dominguez settles the ball down, ends up on Masudi's foot, and he'll get things going to the right. Huash to Secunda, and a nice run here by La Joie Gravel, but Defont gets there first. He's going to kick it away. It's going to be a throw-in for Montreal.
La Joie Gravel not very far from winning that ball, and Defont, saying to himself, better dump it outside than losing it in the box. So good reflex by the young Red Bulls 2 player right there.
La Joie Gravel very good today, very aggressive.
He's been getting better every game.
Absolutely.
His progression has been fantastic.
Absolutely. It's a great point. The throw goes over Masudi. Ball takes a bounce off the pitch, goes back up. It's honest there.
Nice play.
Keeps possession. Very nice play.
Nice sombrero there by It's honest.
Nice sombrero there.
Well, I think it's called sombrero. If my Soccer memory is correct.
I think you're right. But this has been a great initiative for FC Montreal. If you don't know, it's free for anybody to come to this game, right? You mentioned Joey Alfieri or Sofiane Benzaz at the door, you get in for free.
Exactly.
Even if you don't mention us, they'll still let you in for free.
Promo code Jofian.
That's right. Promo code Jofian. Thank you, Julian McKenzie. And listen, you come here, the food is extremely affordable. You can bring a family and get away with spending next to nothing
Enjoying high
for a
quality
really
soccer.
great time and high quality pro soccer. And you're going to see a lot of sides playing in the MLS one day. You can say you scouted them. You were here first before they made it big in MLS. You were here on a Saturday night in beautiful Montreal on Formula One weekend watching the New York Red Bulls 2 and FC Montreal. If you're not here, well, there's still time for you to get here. Here's Masudi.
Nice recovery. Missoud has been very good this game. Honestly, physically very sharp.
Ball goes back to Frank Zoué. Little long for Masudi. He's going to make the run, but Castagno gets there first.
It's been about 20 minutes into the second half, and you can feel a bit of frustration for FC Montreal. They've been going up, having a few semi-scoring chances, but they might start being frustrated right now and not be able to capitalize on their chances and be able to be more aggressive, a bit more, finding clear scoring chances. Because right now the Red Bulls have been a bit more dangerous in scoring chances in the second half, even though FC Montreal has been a bit more dangerous in ball possession and let's say
Sonis.
attack.
New York will press here. Dominguez stays down.
Good intercept, good deflection by Zoué. That cross was going
Two-way Zoué. That's what he's been tonight. He's been getting forward, playing back.
and the deflection there was very good because that cross was going to the box, looking for either Sonis or Sanchez because that Manolo Sanchez because it was very dangerous by New York Red Bulls. Have been very dangerous on this cross into the box. FC Montreal have been trouble handling them a little bit, even though Crépeau was able to really calm things down a few times going out to pick up the ball.
And Sofiane, we have some comedians on Twitter referring to us as Jofian and asking us some questions. Once a Metro asks, Jofian, what's your favorite soccer movie? Now, is that to me or to you? We're two different people. I'm not sure if people realize that.
We can't answer that. That's what it means that we cannot answer the question. I don't remember the name of the game or the movie. It was with Pele. With
Yes.
with this U.S. kid.
We'll have the replay here. We'll get back to some soccer movie talk a little bit later on. Maybe in the post-game show. Here's the corner. It's brought in, and Defont is right there. And a nice
Great job by
left-footed
Missouri.
strike from Sonis, but it's blocked.
Missouri very sacrificing his body right there to...
New York thought it was a handball, but no call there from the official. I didn't see it if it was. And Wash almost got a foot on that. He did well to pressure the keeper there. Here comes New York.
Too much, a big gap between the midfield and the center back line for FC Montreal. And the
Sonis
Red Bulls are walking into that
to
zone.
play well. You'll swing it out to the left side for Wallace. Blocked by Secunda.
Like I was saying before, too much space. The Red Bulls two players are walking into that sweet spot between the FC Montreal defensive midfield line and the defenders. So they're making it very hard for FC Montreal, at least the center back line, to be able to defend correctly. They're always going back, and basically giving more space to the Red Bulls players who was going for these long shots, going for these, long crosses. But good thing that I'm going for these short, actual passes to the middle. That would really kill FC Montreal right now.
Huash taken down again. Leads to a Montreal free kick. Max Crépeau will boot this one forward. Cannes Football Club, we see your tweets. Yes, Jofian is the promo code. And he asks, do we think FC Montreal can come back? We clearly do. This is, I don't think we've seen the last goal in this game, Sofiane.
I don't think so. You can feel, more can happen. And, I think 3-4 consecutive passes forward for FC Montreal towards the Red Bulls to a goalkeeper, they can really wreak some havoc out there. But they need to be careful of New York Red Bulls playing the counter-attack sometimes, but mostly having more ball possession that FC Montreal would like at this point. It's a bit too dangerous.
And how long before Joe Fian is trending worldwide?
Probably
3,
never.
2, 1. There it is.
There it is. We're trending.
Big thanks to Julian McKenzie for making all this possible, by the way. His great tweet coming up with the Joe Fian. As long as you know that my name comes first in Joe Fian. 71 minutes in. We're having a good time. We're having way too much fun. It's New York Red Bulls 2, FC Montreal 1. It's been an entertaining game. I'm Joey Alfieri. He's Sofiane Benzaza. Together we are Joe Fian, apparently. And it is really a beautiful night for soccer here.
Masudi, I think, like a real leader out there, dribbling his way, beautiful play. He will find Secunda.
Masudi really strong here. You're right, Sofiane. He's been very good today.
Nice play by the Red Bulls defender right
The
there.
font there clears it.
We're very aware.
Dominguez back up. And Tonis got a hand to the face there from Dominguez, but it will be an FC Montreal free kick. Masudi. It's going to be a long ball that Bringolf should get to first before Tonis, and he does. He'll play it back to Crepeau. But New York Red Bulls intercept. Ouache. He'll get his own long ball there. Victor Di gets on the other end of this. He's in front of Defont. What can he do there? Defont does nice to cut him off. Good job there.
That was a good play, but not enough numbers in the box for FC Montreal. You know, maybe they didn't believe the NDI was able to do that cross, who had enough space, but, you know, only João Gravel, you know, jogging his way into the box.
We've got a substitution here. It's going to be Juan Sanchez coming out for Brian Saramago. The people who are live tweeting this game right now are awesome. That's all I'm going to say. It started with Julian McKenzie, who comes up with Joe Fian for Joey Alfieri and Sofiane Benzaza. We are your play-by-play in color duo tonight, and that's kind of just caught on. And there is a whole bunch of ridiculous questions being asked on Twitter right now
that we cannot answer right
if
now.
we got to them all, I think we would just have to forget about this game, which I do not want to do because I feel a lot of action coming. We've already had some.
A lot of give and go, a bit of a ping-pong match going on, but it's basically who's going to make the first mistake. You know, a defender with a bad pass or a bad control, and then boom, a goal. That's what I expect to happen. Been very tight, and both teams really going at it. But in this game, FC Montreal is not leading. FC Montreal needs to score a goal to tie the game, and they're playing at home. So they have to open up, and they have to send numbers into the box as much as they can.
We're in the 74th minute. Montreal's got to get men forward. Gagnon Lepare. Ball's taken away, but Zoué wins it back. Bedoya able to get it, but offside there. Sanchez scored the first goal for New York Red Bulls 2.
Well, he's been enjoying that position. You know, he's been offside a lot of times playing on the wing.
The one time he was onside, Sofiane.
That's the one
That's the one that counts, my friend.
Exactly.
A beautiful right-footed strike that Crepeau got a piece of in the first half, but he just couldn't keep it out. Tonis.
Ouache having trouble keeping the ball there, but Masudi had a good recovery.
There's Masudi again. The ball's a little long. Gagnon Lepare wasn't expecting it forward. Here's Dominguez. Plays it out wide to his left to Di. Who'll cut back in. Little long. Just a bit too long for Jeremy Gagnon Lepare. And it looks like Montreal's preparing another substitution here. Looks like Philippe Lincourt-Joseph. Another very crafty player, another skilled player.
Playmaker style.
That's right.
Will he replace Masudi or will he replace Gagnon Lepare or maybe Dominguez? You know, they need more offensive players at this point, but they also need to keep the composure in the middle of the park. So
Very good point.
it's all about opportunity cost for FC Montreal.
Tonis will get it to Stoltz, who will chip it right back to Tsanis. Tsanis taken down there by Temgia. No call. Referee says play on, and Temgia is going to sky one. Headed away by Defont. Bringoff will settle it down. A poor touch. But lucky Bedoya couldn't do better with that. Here's Secunda. Tries to get by Wallace. Unable to do so. Wallace keeps it in. He'll play it off. Secunda.
It's unfortunate they had a 2v1 against Wallace and couldn't take advantage of it. Wallace forcing Segunda to make that mistake right there. But
you hit the nail on the head there, Sofiane. It's going to be Philippe Lencourt-Joseph coming in for Jeremy Gagnon-Lepare, who still has the captain's armband on. He's going to have to give that to somebody. Probably going to give it to DI. But right now it's in Coach Philippe Lafroy's hands. Montreal playing without a captain for now. When Bedoya intercepts that. Gets around Temgina. Nice ball. Here's Tsanis, and it's goal, and he's offside.
FC Montreal very lucky there.
Very lucky.
Very lucky. Again, small mistake.
Tsanis just offside.
Small mistake in your last third. It could cost you a goal, and they're very lucky. They should really, be more careful in their zone right now.
And that would have essentially put this thing away.
And I have to give kudos to New York Red Bulls too. They've showed a lot of poise playing an away game. They've been excellent.
Chris Tsanis has proven to be a good USL signing. Very good player.
And good chemistry with Manolo Sanchez.
Very true.
Bedoya playing the offensive midfielder playmaker role and has been excellent. A bit more subdued the second half, having a more defensive role, but he's able to get this through pass on very quickly.
Good point. Dominguez will try a long ball. Huash able to settle it down. Goes to Secunda, who will get it to Lajoie Gravel, who will take it into the box. Lajoie Gravel, he just couldn't get DI.
Lajoie Gravel's capacity to take on fullbacks and center backs with speed has been incredible throughout this game.
From where he he started the season off injured, so he didn't start the season off playing in the starting 11. But since he's been back, you've just seen that improvement every game. So dangerous.
But his teammates need to reward his runs with more numbers in the box and smart positioning. He can make so many runs, but there's no one there to tap in for a goal. At the end, becomes useless for the team. For him, it's great, but for the team, they need to be more aware of his runs and be more available in the box.
Defont will head that one forward to Plewa. Castagno. Oh, and almost given away. Wash just missed it. He couldn't get a foot on it. Masudi gets it to DI, back to Wash. What can they do with this? Lajoie Gravel back. A nice little give and go there. Wash has the ball on his foot. It to Lencourt-Joseph. He cuts back. Never gets a shot away. Wasted opportunity for Montreal.
Great stuff by New York Red Bulls, not panicking in the box, not making a foul in the box against a very crafty
Wash is going to pick up a card here. That's going to be a yellow card. He did come in late.
Very unfortunate for FC Montreal. A good run right there, interception by Masudi at the beginning of the play. Finds Huash 1-2 in DI, and in DI looking for the cross inside the box, and Lencourt-Joseph almost with an dangerous chance.
Here.
Oh yeah, very late, very dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely.
He knows it. Everyone knows it.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer action. Castagno will take his time. His team up by a goal on the road. He'll put this into play. Oh, and a hesitation there. Foot came up a little high. But Secunda able to clear danger. It's the throw-in for New York. I thought it hit Huash in the hand. Masudi right on top of Bedoya there. Unable to win the battle. Wallace will get it back. Over Zoué. Manolo Sanchez. He did well to get a foot on it.
But too high.
But a little too high.
Once again, his favorite position on the right side. Behind Zoué and really basically living there the whole game and has been very efficient for the New York Red Bulls too.
Looks like a new fullback will be coming into the game for Montreal. Guy who's definitely able to get forward, Jean-Luc Charbonneau. Guy who started a couple games for FC Montreal this season. Good players off the bench, and it's, oh, just the FC Montreal player. I didn't see who took the shot.
I thought it was NDI, but I thought he was looking for a cross. But was he trying to lob?
It looked like he was looking for a
Castano.
cross. But Castano was out a little too far there. Almost caught by surprise. And the substitution will be made. It's going to be Frank Zoué.
NDI for the cross. I think he was looking for La Joie
And
Gravel.
Jean-Luc Charbonneau will come into the game. But you're right. I think he was looking for La Joie Gravel. But Castano so far off the line, obviously, in that situation, that had it been a couple feet to the left, that thing might have gone in. Here's Masudi. We'll try to surprise Castano there, but I think Castano expected that one.
Exactly.
Not caught off guard.
The idea was interesting. I think he was looking for the cross for NDI La Joie Gravel, but Castano was not too far off his line this time, at least for that cross. Good pressing.
Montreal intercepts. Yeah, that's right. Here's Marco Dominguez. Dominguez will get it into the box. Huash will settle it off his chest. What can he do here? Huash with a strike. It's blocked. Sukunda, again, La Joie Gravel couldn't get there, was just cleared away by a Red Bulls defender. Montreal coming very close. Strike! Just over goal!
Beautiful 3 consecutive chances for FC Montreal. Started with Dominguez at the beginning, finished with Dominguez at the end. No goals, but beautiful play, and the crowd is pleased.
What an exciting young player. Let's take another look at this.
The cross.
Huash did well to settle it down. It was blocked by
Wallace. Secunda with the cross pass shot. The flag
Joao Gravel just couldn't get there.
And Dominguez.
Dominguez, I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a shot. That's impressive right foot. Just over goal. Here comes Montreal again. Lenko Joseph.
He has Secunda. He has
options.
On the
Is
right.
he going to use them? Oh, he was looking for La Joie Gravel and he just missed them.
That was a
bad pass. He had options. That
was the most difficult option.
He had Masudi to his right.
And Huash all the way on the right on the wing. Even though I would prefer Huash to cut into the middle to give more trouble for the New York Red Bulls 2 defenders to have to panic to see more players into the box. But FC Montreal has been intercepting the balls at very high in the New York Red Bulls 2 area, and they need to take advantage of that.
Bringolf is going to have to... Nice play there. Made a good dent in the grass. Looked like he took an awkward fall, but he's back up. He looks okay. Dominguez settles it off his chest. And he's going to get the call. Bedoya nicked him. Might have been a little acting there.
But his control was interesting, but no one around him told him there was a player right next to him. And, you know, it was Bedoya basically played very well. You know, did he nick him or not? You know, I would say yes if the referee called it. But, you know, Dominguez needs to be sharper, but he has been good.
And my apologies to Dominguez. He's back to the sideline. Something bothering him. Something around his nose area, it looks like. Here come the Red Bulls. Tsonis will get that ball forward down the right side, but it's a little too long. Bringolf's going to get there first. And a bad clearance by Crepeau will send that into the 5th row of the seats.
Well, his left foot is not his favorite foot, and the Red Bulls 2 forwards were pressing hard, so he couldn't afford to control the ball.
And
there.
it looks like Dominguez is bleeding from the nose or the facial area, I guess. And that was off that challenge from Bedoya. 84th minute. We're approaching the 85th.
Red Bulls 2 killing time, trying not to find the ball.
And La Joie Gravel actually jumped into the stands to retrieve that ball. Every second counts.
Striker / ball boy.
And it looks like New York Red Bulls 2 are going to make another substitution. Alex Clay as Dominguez back onto the field. He just appeared at the bottom of your screen. Bringolf will get that forward to Lenko Joseph. But it goes back to McLaws. And McLaws is taken down by DI.
You know, too much cheekiness by Lenko Joseph right there. He lost the ball, tried to do a deflected pass. You know, it helps when it works, when it doesn't work, and with the Red Bulls 2 pressing so high on you, you know, you lose the ball, and right there, another free kick for Red Bulls 2.
The substitution will officially be made. It's going to be Chris Tsonis coming out. It's Clay coming in, as New York will definitely try to shut things down here in opening minutes of this game.
One midfielder coming in for a forward, so
That's right.
try to put numbers in the middle of the park, as they saw that Dominguez and Lanco Joseph have been more effective. So trying to cut it down and have more numbers when they defend.
All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. And if you're watching this, you've already done so. So good on you.
FC Montreal 5 minutes to try and tie Red Bulls 2. Stade Saputo.
Crepeau able to scoop that up. Just a little flick of the head toward the... Got a flick of the head on the ball there just towards him, but he avoided any crisis there. The Font gets that one high. And here's Manolo Sanchez. Will get it forward, but a little too long. Crepeau intervenes. Wallace gets a head on it. Dominguez plays it down, but a poor first touch. Ends up on Leo Stoltz's foot. And a badly timed slide from Charbonneau. But he recovers, gets it back to Dominguez with a very courageous move. Lanco Joseph will get it to Di, and here's Huash. The ball gets by Di, ends up on Imad Huash's foot. He'll get it through Lejoie Gravel, and he's offside though.
Ndi was not, I think, on that play.
You might be right. That's the way I saw it. Lejoie Gravel kind of just cut in front of Di to get the ball. It looked like Di was onside. Lejoie Gravel was not. And Montreal coming close again.
Good play by Huash, who bobbled the ball at the beginning, but was able to recover it and go for a through pass in the middle between two Red Bulls, two defenders.
New York on here, Sofiane. They've been holding on for a few minutes. Montreal is pressing. Bringolf and a long ball to Lejoie Gravel, but it's headed away. Gia settles it down off his chest. And a high foot there by Defont, or Plewa, excuse me.
Everyone's going up except for the goalkeeper.
Dominguez will play to Di. Masudi, a little long for Masudi, but he does well to keep possession. Sukunda will try to get it into the box. Bringolf with the header. What a save by Castaño.
He had it covered, had the angle, didn't have to dive for it. Good positioning by Castano and Bringolf didn't have enough power on it. Had the angle, but enough power. But beautiful play, great cross by Sukunda.
Temgia and Sanchez will chase this ball down. Temgia comes away with it. And here's Bringolf with some room. Gets it to Madouash, who plays it back to Bringolf. Sukunda. Get that one. It's a little high for Lejoie Gravel. Headed away by New York. Bringolf plays it to Dominguez. Who'll get it to Lanco Joseph. Cuts back. He'll look for Victor Di.
He has speed.
On the right side. Dia with some pace. It's tipped by Wallace. Doesn't make it to goal. And that's going to go. Ooh, it looked like it went off Di, and he's limping as well. But it's going to be Montreal ball. He'll throw it into Sukunda. Back to Di. Huash. Intercepted by Wallace. Nice play. Good positioning from Wallace. Bringolf settles it down. Gets it to Masudi.
Dangerous through pass by
Masudi.
But at the same time, no one gave him options. He could have been more patient, but no FC Montreal players gave him options and movement to be able to get the ball going. So both players are wrong in this case.
89th minute. We're approaching the 90th. And Montreal needs that goal to get level with New York.
And they have the ball for one attack.
Lanco Joseph.
Ndi all alone there.
Finds Di. Is he going to be able to keep it in? Yes, he is. Here comes Victor Di down the right side.
Nice run by Hishud.
Di. Oh, and it's broken up nicely by Wallace. Di is banged up. He came up limping. Yeah, he was limping before this point. Montreal's going to want to make a quick sub here. But here comes New York. Into the area.
Good job at Temgia.
Player just falls in the box. Not too sure what happened there. Looked dangerous.
The game is breaking down. It's less than a minute left before full time, and FC Montreal could have a chance to tie it. The Red Bulls are a bit disorganized right now in the midfield, but have numbers defensive-wise in their box.
That was Alex Clay who Just kind of nonchalantly got into the box and, well, he lost the ball. DI, nicely timed run. What can he do with this? Wallace has been rock solid back there defensively, though.
Especially in the second half
Just
against DI.
really good positioning from Wallace throughout this second half. And that's not easy to do on DI. He has a ton of pace.
In the box and have more angle in the pass, but, you know, miscommunication there. And
Coach Philippe Lafroy disappointed, giving the official an earful. The official's trying to get the substitution card from Lafroy, and Lafroy is not interested. He just tosses the substitution card. Jonathan Valle was going to be coming into this game. I don't think it's going to happen. Montreal needs one quickly. Nenko Joseph with a nice ball. Huash couldn't get around him. DI's there. Is it going in? It is! Goal! Victor DI in the dying moments of the game.
Huash involved in the game with the poke at the end.
Great stuff from Huash, who gets it forward. DI just puts it in by Castagno. And Montreal strikes in injury time to tie this game.
And
Victor DI
has been ditched all game long and getting rewarded for a great effort throughout the game. And Huash, newcomer, came over for Rigi early in this game. Was, you know, kind of created this half chance with with a stumble with the goalkeeper and the Red Bulls 2 defense. We'll watch the replay right now.
Ball kind of got forward there, and DI runs. It was going in. DI made sure an emphatic oomph into the back of the net.
The Red Bulls going with numbers on the right side. They're
going to try to surprise Montreal. Charbonneau's going to, nice play there to head it forward. With the way this game is going, there's probably still time. I mean, I'd love to play another here. This is awesome.
Well, we're not actually playing 90 minutes, but we're not running.
I'm not running, no. And the New York player is down.
Collision.
It's probably a good thing we didn't run for 90 minutes, Sofiane. We would be a mess. We've just been looking for hot dogs here throughout the stadium. We're not concerned with running.
Not at all.
And Plewa is down.
Is it Yannick Charbonneau who collided with...
I think you might be right. Looks like Charbonneau's down as well. And this will pretty much do it for the game, I'm assuming.
Well, we don't have any extra time.
No, there hasn't
come up like unless we missed it.
I don't think we did.
There wasn't any too many stoppage of time, even though there's a few injuries. So, you know, if I'm a betting man, I would say 4 minutes. But
so now a substitution will be made, and DI, the guy who tied the game, just moments ago, will come out for Jonathan Vallée.
We have to admit, Olafroy tossing that paper will be part
that
of
was
destiny.
The difference. You see,
the destiny.
He might have thought the game was over.
But DI did not.
But DI did not. That's a great point. And I'd like to see that substitution card, Coach. I want to see who was on that. But a great move by you, Coach Lafroy, for tossing that substitution card away when the fourth official was trying to get it to you, get it away from you. Great coaching decision.
FC Montreal gives back the ball. Fair play.
And you have to think, I know it's a draw at home, but you have to think that Montreal is going to see this as nothing but a positive with the way they were able to come back in the end.
It's not over yet, but at this point, if finishing the draw will be interesting, but they'll have regrets, but it's not over yet. And New York Red Bulls, there.
Oh, boy. Here come the Red Bulls. It's going to go out off Bringolf. It's going to be a corner kick.
The game's not over yet, Joey. This is
an excellent point, Sofiane.
New York Red Bulls, too, have been dangerous on set pieces.
They have.
They're sending numbers, basically. They're not afraid.
Alex Clay's been involved in a couple plays in the Montreal box here. Here's the cross. Gets high, but it's blocked. Oh, and
the referee says no foul.
No foul there.
This could be an interesting chance for FC Montreal.
Oh, and Lenko Joseph is taken down by Defont. Melitem Gia not happy about that. It's going to be a yellow card to Defont. Probably a smart foul. because Montreal was coming in numbers.
That was a 3-on-3 almost FC Montreal. Had the advantage of speed going up and more technical players going against slower central defenders. So
And Max Crepeau not happy with just a yellow.
you could feel that FC Montreal could have done something on that play, and the Red Bull player really, identified that danger and tackled Michael
Absolutely.
Joseph.
We're well into extra time. Montreal forward. There can't be much time left. And a solid contact again. I tell you what, Lajoie Gravel is just a linebacker up in the air. He's outstanding. Here comes Montreal. Dominguez will try to chip it forward, but Castagno will scoop it up, and that will do it. A standing ovation for the FC Montreal players. It's a 2-2 draw, but Montreal levels the game. A goal by Victor Di late in injury time to get at least a tie on home soil. Not the result they wanted coming into this game, but all things considered, you can't necessarily see this as a negative.
It's not 100% negative. Obviously, not winning at home is always negative, but looking at how the game went, how their New York Red Bulls 2 dominated more than expected, seeing a away team playing an away game with Stade Saputo. But kudos to FC Montreal. They had the mental fortitude to stay in the game and continue attacking. They never doubted their capacity to score and to make something happen. And a bit of luck, a bit of destiny, and a lot of talent and hard work has helped FC Montreal to get a positive score in Stade Saputo, their first Stade Saputo game in USL.
It was a great night, exciting brand of soccer was played here between these two sides. Very, very good, entertaining match. Thank you to everyone who chimed in on Twitter, everyone who was following along on the USL YouTube channel. We appreciate your support. The final score from Saputo Stadium, it's FC Montreal 2, New York Red Bulls 2. Good night.